This presentation is brought to you by the Beljanski Foundation. Over 50 years of research towards curing cancer the natural way.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. My name is Dr. Dawn Siglain. I am a naturopathic doctor and licensed acupuncturist. So, welcome. I'm excited to share this message today. So I went to med school to become a naturopathic doctor. Basically, that means I went to med school to learn how to treat naturally. So I use botanical medicines, homeopathy, Bach remedy. I really get to know my patients and then treat them accordingly. I'm also a licensed acupuncture. So I hold my license in New York State for acupuncture, which means I can combine Western and Eastern medicine when treating patients. It's truly the holistic approach to medicine. And there's more. I am a Reiki practitioner as well, so I love to be able to do that. If my patients want to remove some blockages with chakras, that helps. I'm also a personal trainer from NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And I also started this health journey becoming a healer as a health coach. So let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Hippocrates said it first, he said it best, and people are continuing to say it. So today I'll be talking about that famous saying, you are what you eat. You hear people saying that as well, but you are what you absorb. So that's what I'm also going to dig into today. And what I'll be talking about is digestive health. So there's a couple points that I really want to drill into today, and that's supporting your digestive fire. So it's the middle of our bodies. There's so much that happens. We're digesting our food, means we're digesting the environment, the world. There's so much that's going on. We have to just support that fire. And the stomach, it's an acidic environment. So Western medicine knows that you need acid in there in the stomach because that helps you to break down the food because that produces the enzymes that we need to break down that food. So in Chinese medicine, the stomach is a yang organ. And it has a down-bearing function. The spleen works in tandem with the stomach. In Chinese medicine, the spleen and stomach work together. The spleen is a yin organ, and it has an uplifting energy to it. In Chinese medicine, we talk about the qi. So the spleen has an uplifting energy to it. So we need to support that. And food helps to support these two organs work in this tandem environment together. So that's what I'll be talking about. So digestive fire, don't forget about the fire there. But let's break down a raw food diet because we've all heard how nutritious this is, and I believe that. So I want to instill that in you and let you guys know that the raw food diet is the way to go. But I want to make some considerations here, and that's what I'm going to get into. So with a raw food diet, I'm talking about whole food, plant-based, from Mother Nature the way it was intended for us to eat it, right? Unprocessed food. And also organic is preferred. So if you can afford it, of course, get organic food. In my handout that I'm handing out, I follow ewg.org if anyone follows that website. I really recommend that website. They come out with the Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen every year. So on that, it gives you a basis of when buying organic food, the kinds of foods to look for on that list. So look for that. Come by and pick up my handout. So all the benefits of eating raw food. So let's dig into this. So we've got raw food, that's live food, living food. It's what we want because we are living human beings, right? This is what we need. Just the way Mother Nature brought it into the world. The enzymes in the food are preserved. There's vitamins and minerals, all the things that as human beings we need to live and function optimally. That's what we're talking about. And when you eat this raw food, you have increased energy. Clearer skin, people talk about. They talk about, I work a lot with my patients with vibrational energy. So lifting up that vibrational energy, you do that by eating these living foods. And you feel alive eating living foods, right? So, and then also weight loss or weight gain, depending on what the person wants to do. Some people have trouble gaining weight, some people have trouble losing weight. So it balances them out. You eat this raw food, it helps with that. Lower risk of heart disease, right? So everyone's jumping for joy eating raw food. But now you have to say, hey, doc, you just told me we need a digestive fire, and now you just told me how great raw food is. Is anybody confused? I'm confused, right? But I learned about this in med school, and this is what I want to share with you guys today. So the big question to eat raw and not eat to raw, it depends on you. As a naturopathic doctor, it's individualized medicine. I treat the root cause for each individual person. So if your digestion is fine, and I'm going to get into that, what that means. When you've got good digestion and you're feeling good, then eat all the raw food. That means that your body is able to absorb this food and you're digesting it and your body is properly using the food. It's coming in, it's being processed, and it's going out the way that it should. When digestion is not okay, this is where I'm asking you guys to rethink raw food. If you're eating a raw food diet and you have poor digestion, rethink this, please. So you have to ask yourself, all right, is this going on in myself? Ask yourself, am I drinking a smoothie in the morning? Am I eating a salad quite frequently? And after that salad, I'm not feeling so great. Maybe I have a little bit of bloating. Am I always having a lot of iced drinks, iced coffees, iced teas, iced waters? Ask yourselves these questions. This is what I ask my patients. So proper digestion means you feel good. How good does it feel to have a really good poo? Awesome, right? So that's the first sign that things are doing what they have to do, okay? So kudos to you. These means that your bowel, all I talk about is poo. What color? What's coming out? Like da-da-da-da-da. Constipated, diarrhea, I want to know this. So if it's easy to pass, if it's formed and you got that feeling like everything came out, you're on the right track. Eat your celery sticks. Poor digestion, this is what we're talking about. Bad mood, guys. If you've got a bad mood, you're moody, think about, am I not properly digesting my food? And ask yourself if you're eating raw food, is that the problem? Fatigue, major thing. Almost all of my patients have fatigue, so I'm always thinking about the integrity of the gut. And I want to know what you're eating. Brain fog, major issue. Abdominal discomfort. Think about that digestive fire. Is the digestive fire working? Reflux, heartburn, gas, belching, bloating, right? Bloating, so if the food's not going out, it's not going down, rather, that means it's going out. So that means it's not going down, you're getting bloated, and what does that mean? That there's toxic load. Food is just dying, and it's just sitting there, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do. That's not what you want. That raw food then is turning into a toxic environment in your stomach because it's not moving. Nausea, diarrhea or loose stools, constipation. If it's stuck in there, it's turning toxic and it's not coming out. Not what we want. Skin irritation. So if there's something wrong with the skin, I think about the gut also. So what can you do? There's lots that you can do. So I guide my patients through this. So I'll suggest you do a food diary. So track the food and drinks. What are you putting into your body? Then also make note of how you're feeling after you're eating. Did I get fatigued like a half hour, 2 hours right after lunch? What was I eating? Why am I feeling this way? Write down all these symptoms. Write down your gas, your bloating, your belching, your fatigue. Don't just say, oh yeah, 3 o'clock every day I get tired. That's normal for me. That's not normal, guys. You want to find out why you're fatigued. We're human beings. We should have tons of energy and do really great things with our lives. And we should have the energy to do it and be happy doing it if we can, right? And then include the time of day. So include the time of how you're feeling throughout the day with everything. So if raw food is not so good for you, look at this food diary, consider what you've been doing, and swap out for some cooked meals. I'm going to talk about the preparation of food and record your observations. Preparation of cooked food. So we're talking soups, stews, and broths, some nice veggie broths. Steamed, and this is all lightly because we want to have these enzymes stay, as much of these enzymes preserved in the food as we can. I came up with the raw food sandwich because when I was in acupuncture class in Chinese medicine, the first thing I asked about, they're talking about this digestive fire, and I said, what about sushi? So they said, well, you get the miso soup to start. Then you have the sushi and you can put wasabi on it. I can't handle that personally, but a lot of people like that. And the wasabi is heating, right? And then after that, you have the pickled ginger. Boom. Hot, cold, hot. Goes through the system. That's how they digest it. So not everyone likes miso soup or pickled ginger, but I suggest that anyone has some sort of soup, perhaps in the beginning of your meal. Then you have your salad, and then you maybe have a nice cup of ginger tea. Something like that, or have tea before and after. Whatever version of this raw food sandwich, it might help you. What helped me is I ended up sauteing my salads. I know it sounds weird, but I love the ingredients in my salads. I couldn't handle it because in school, I realized about an hour after I was eating my salad, I would get bloating. So I heard about this. I was learning more in med school. So I changed my habits. I started sauteing my salads. I put it in a jar. I ate it. The bloating went away like that. So you have to get to the root cause and figure it out. So as a naturopathic doctor, I treat the gut. It's the 4R protocol that we learned. So it's rid, replace, repopulate, and repair. So rid, first of all, is there any stress going on? If you're stressed out, you're not going to be able to digest your food. So we've got to talk about that. We've got to relieve the stress that's going on. Any offending agents, something going on, maybe there's a toxic load, maybe anything that's going on in the environment, maybe the water quality you're drinking isn't good. So you have to think about everything. I do extensive lab work. I also do specialty testing to see what's going on. Then you replace with enzymes, hydrochloric acid. All these things are what the stomach needs to function as an acidic environment. And eating proper food. Repopulate with probiotics. So I encourage my patients have some fermented food. Sure, you can have some kombucha, pickles, vegetables, things of that nature, but really you need a good probiotic supplement. So I do extensive microbiome testing to discover, are there any bacteria or viruses? What's going on in the gut? I want to know. If there's candida, there's a specific probiotic for that. I want to know what's going on. Prebiotics are the foods that feed the probiotics. What are prebiotics? Fiber. So eat a sweet potato and eat the skin on it. Eat the eat the skins with all of your fruits. That's what you need. So you need to feed those probiotics with the fiber. Oats, flax seeds, chia seeds, fiber. I can't say enough. What happens when you eat all your veggies? Fiber. Okay, we're talking antioxidants, micronutrients. Brings me to repairing the gut. You need all these micronutrients. We need all these micronutrients. We get these from plants, from our vegetables. Optimally, a raw food diet if you can digest it. If not, you gotta lightly cook your vegetables. Okay? Soothing teas, some slippery elm tea is really nice in repairing for the gut, in reparation of the gut. Soups, and then the proper supplementation. And I supplement based on deficiencies in lab work or clinically in the presentation when I see my patients. So all the ways, and then now you have to think about how you're eating. You have to eat right. You have to be in a relaxed environment. You can't be sitting there shoving food in your mouth, driving in the car on the highway, trying to put your makeup on. I mean, give me a break. You're not going to digest that smoothie, that, hot coffee is not going anywhere. It's just going to sit somewhere. And it's not, in Reiki, I talk about the chakras, the throat chakra. It's this vessel here. It's this tiny vessel here. Energy gets stuck there. That's the first. You're eating your food, throat, it's getting stuck there. So we need to support that. You need to be relaxed, let things pass through, let the chi, let the energy move. Okay, very important. Eat with a friend or a loved one. Or you can eat by yourself, that's fine, but just be relaxed. It's nice to have a nice conversation with someone. Share a nice conversation, have a few laughs, enjoy your meal, let things pass. It really helps. And of course, chew your food a lot. We need to chew these foods to break it down. That needs to happen. You need to make sure that you're chewing. If you're just shoveling the food in your mouth, you're not chewing it. It gives more work for the stomach to do. Don't make the stomach work harder than it has to do. It's already doing so much. And then avoid the computer, phone, or the TV. Why? Because that's stimulating. When we're talking about digestion, we're talking about the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and relax for your digestion. The sympathetic nervous system is stimulating. That blue light that's coming from the computer, the blue light from your phone, that's stimulating to the environment. It's not helping your digestion. So lots of things. So you have to think about how you're eating the food. And then the most important thing, the secret ingredient to all food, no matter what you eat, is love. Oops, this is my right side, but made a little bit of noise. I think it's making the point, right? I had to do that. So put a little love into your food. How do you do that? Tons of ways to do it. Humming. Use your body as a tool to increase your vibrational level. So you could hum, play a little bit of music, have your kids help you, make a little bit of food. Come up with a fun recipe. These are blueberries around. Actually, I make this lovely 7-layer dip that I love. So that's Greek yogurt on top, actually. And it's a, a beautiful layer. I've some vegetarian beans on the bottom of it. But, I like to make food faces. If you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff, you'll see it. But you have to have fun with the food and put love into it. Because that's why was mom's cooking always the best? She put a little love into the food. That's the best part of it. Having a meal with family, you're loving each other, you're sharing some good stories together and having a good time. That's putting love into the food. Play a little bit of music, all that fun stuff that you can do. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of my postings of recipes. I make it fun. I make it healthy. And most importantly, it's delicious. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm at innersourcehealth.com. We're located in Huntington, Long Island here. And I also am in the Manhattan office. We're a block away from Penn Station. So please remember, naturopathic medicine, it gets to the root cause of what's going on with you as an individual, and it provides you optimal healing. So thank you very much.